Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, we're going to talk about 6 ways to
To clean up your finances. 6 simple ways.
So if you guys are new to this channel, we usually talk about anything and everything when it comes to personal finance, our journey towards FIRE, and bits and pieces that we learn along the way.
Yeah, mainly our experiences, things that we read, and we found it interesting, and we put it up into this channel.
So,
Now everyone is apparently, I don't know, been reading news saying struggling. In Australia, everything is going up, but our money is not going anywhere.
I'm feeling that as we speak.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I do feel like the pinch too. So we found there are a few ways that we have done it before and actually can save you a bit of money and go maybe slightly ahead of your finance.
So it's a little bit, I guess, different compared to what messages out there that we've been receiving. So the first one, for example, taking a look at our mortgage rates.
Yep.
So if you were, let's say, in a property investment type of seminar or in that mindset, you wanted to pay the least amount, amount of deposit, pay interest only.
Yep, and you claim your tax, claim the interest.
Yep. And you do that if it's an investment property.
Correct.
On the other hand, what we did was the opposite. Pay off the property as quickly as possible.
Yeah. First, pay off your home mortgage first if you have any.
Yeah. So when it comes to the loan, we try to pay it off as quickly as possible, even though if it's an investment property. We actually did that. We pay off a full amount on one of the investment property because realizing that why would I want to do like profit sharing with the bank, and whereas I'm taking a lot more of the risk.
Yep.
But in this instance, would be taking a look at your mortgage rate.
Yeah, mainly your home loan interest rate. So every year or every month, the RBA on the first Tuesday, so RBA always advise or announce the cash rate in Australia if the rate is going up or down. So most of the time, the bank will follow. If it's going up, of course, the bank will go up the rate for you, and if it's going down, they decide what they want. It's not always passed on to the customer. So if, for example, we used to lock in our rate. No, at first when we started, we were variable. And then we realized that, you change it too often. And sometimes variable is higher than fixed rate. And then we checked for when you fixed your rate, you can move 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4, 5, or something like that. So we checked that time, 2 year was most suitable for us. So we fixed it for 2 years and paying principal and interest. We found that that's the lowest interest rate they can offer. Because if you pay interest only, the bank will charge you a bit higher interest rate. So we changed it and we actually found out whatever money we used to pay, we pay less interest. But then now we're paying the same amount of the money, we pay principal and interest. So you don't feel it's a big difference, but then eventually at the end of the term of the mortgage, you pay it faster.
Yeah.
You save money eventually.
So on top of that, let's say when you are at a stage where your fixed rate's nearly over, it might be worth shopping around.
Yes.
It might be worth looking at your current repayment and thinking, hey, should we continue to another fixed rate?
Yeah.
And if it is, what is the best at the current stage? Maybe 1 to 5 years.
Yep.
And is it worth for you to staying with that same bank? Maybe it's actually a better option for you to move to another bank. There might be cost fees involved. However, with all of this costs, it's probably cheaper. Maybe not. Yeah. So shopping around for your rate in terms of your mortgage might be one way for you to save money.
Correct.
So
next one is check on your energy plan. We recently we did change our energy plan.
Yeah. So
just last month.
In the past 12 months since we've been living in here, we didn't know any better. We just go, look, who's the provider? That was from the last electricity bill in this house,
Yeah.
and I just connect with them.
Yeah.
So that was the intention of they probably use the best plan. And then realizing we put solar on, like, okay, in my mind, it's like, because we put solar, the energy provider will actually going to give us a better rate. That wasn't the case.
No.
After hitting 12 months and realizing, okay, you're not giving us any discount, you're not giving us any a better rate, even though we put
no, we put on solar, and then whatever we have the solar to send it back to the grid. Used to be a higher rate because our solar generation is a bit more now, so they're giving us a lower rate. Lower rate is okay, but then they don't have any other benefit. So we changed to another provider. But after we changed it, we just realized actually we have to pay this disconnect fee or whatever fee.
Yeah.
So don't change often if you know it. But we know that the previous plan, it doesn't suit for whatever we need.
Yeah.
So we actually don't use much energy because we have solar, and then this new provider giving us 3 hours free during the daytime, and we try to utilize it.
Yeah.
We got a hot water. We got sometimes charge the car and other stuff.
So overall, I think with the current provider provided us a better deal.
And it's more transparent.
It's more. You can see how much you're using. You can see how much your daily rate usage on that particular day as well. The other one didn't.
But I think mainly it's just do your research, look for another provider if you see anything better. Don't afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Number 3. Yep. And tie up all your superannuation. So I don't have any. I always using one superannuation. So when I first started working, I used that superannuation, and then when I moved to another job, I just follow to the new one. So I didn't have separate one. I just combined them together.
But you stayed in the same job for a long period of time.
The last job, yes.
Yeah. So for me, on the other hand, when I first started working, it's just like, I don't know, I just opened up one account and then start a new job. I don't know, I just
open another one.
And another one. So at one stage, I was, I guess, job hopping, let's say. Over the series of my lifetime, I think I had roughly about 4 to 5 accounts. So
why? You love to pay fees.
Well, I didn't know any better. So at a certain stage, I think it was like in my, mid-20s or so, where I did not know that you can actually roll them over together.
Yeah, that's the thing, hey? When we started working, no one told us about the finance literacy. Like what you should do. No one tell us.
So because I didn't know any better, so I'm like, okay then. So I had the time, I guess, up my sleeve. So I ended up rolling over every single account that I can remember, put it all in one account. So instead of having 5 different super fund, no, all of them. That was like in mid-20s.
Okay.
So,
but now it's much better. Back in the days, they just send you a letter. You don't know what account do you have. And now sometimes when I log into my Gov or the ATO, they will tell you, oh, you want to check how many superannuations account you have. Now I think that's the benefit of having internet. We've been telling the kids like back in my days.
So
next one.
Next one is preparing for your insurance renewal. For me, I tend to shop around for every year. Actually, in fact, in our car alone, by just changing from one provider to another, for the same, I guess the same coverage. That was like having replacement windows, replacement car, with the same access. I was saving roughly about $500 in 1 year.
Different company.
But just shopping from one company to another.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't go to like a non-brand company. It was like
a big brand.
One big brand to another big brand.
Why is that?
I have no idea. And that was kind of interesting. It's like, okay, then there's a roadside assist, there's an access of same amount, replacement vehicle, windows as well, towing on top. So all of comparing from one to another, I saved myself about $500. In fact, that was only like about a month ago.
Yeah,
I did that.
Yeah. You were so happy you found a better deal.
Yeah.
Because the car insurance wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
And then whenever we receive the insurance renewal, we will double check.
Yeah, so it's maybe even a good idea having this. If you have two providers, this year you're gonna be using this one. Next year you're gonna get swap that one, and then the next year the following that. That's my thought process.
I don't know why.
So it just keep on bouncing between one and the other.
Yeah, the home insurance I didn't check. I just renewed this year because it was kind of rushed. But I think now we're using the same company, the home and car.
Yeah. So
that's why I asked you, can we have a cheaper discount when you use the same company? Yeah, and that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason we got discount. So anyway, number 5, reassess all your subscription. We don't have much.
What
with subscription
do we have?
I don't know. Some people have gym membership. I used to have it.
Okay.
A lot of people having Netflix.
Yep.
Foxtel.
Yep.
Name all of these streams.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got
sports,
none.
We got none of those. So actually, I like my subscription would be Audible.
Oh, my subscription is the iCloud or
the cloud.
You know the data. Yeah.
Oh, for the photos.
Yes.
The Google Photos.
Yes.
But that's it. That's our subscription. So I like Audible. I like using Audible because I'm on the road most of the time, and on an average journey in Queensland, you're going to be on the road roughly about half an hour to an hour or so. So it's the best time for me to learn, for me to, I guess, listen instead of listening to the radio. But every month or so, I'm bound to use roughly about 1 to 2 books a month. Whether like one of them is an old one, the other one's like by a new. And I tried to use the library version. It's not as good. It's not as because it's not
as flexible, and you can't choose it sometimes. They don't have the books that.
And I have to return it within about 30
Of course,
days.
one is free, one is pay.
Yeah.
The difference you pay for premium.
Yeah.
But that's we talk about that, even about subscription. He was, should I buy it? It's money. Should I spend it? Just get it. And last but not least is we set your goal if you have to. So every year we set our goal. For example, our different stages of life. Right. At first, maybe you got trying to save up for deposit of the house, and now we're at the life. We spend too much. How can we increase more in our emergency fund?
Yeah, so actually, like looking at our home in here, when we moved in here, we didn't expect to spend lots of money in terms of repairs. Because of that, our emergency fund just going down. And then now we're at the stage like, okay, there's no more big repairs. It's only bits and pieces of repairs. Like we're talking about 10,000 plus.
Yeah, big
figures.
Well, that repair or renovation, it was like 3 times of our budget.
Exactly.
3 times. Yeah. So that's why it is just taking a toll from that.
And from there, because our emergency fund depleted, so our goalposts change a little bit.
So at first for last year, I think we were full on putting money in investment, put all the money, extra money just in investment. But this year, okay, our investment account, they're rolling pretty well, so we don't really have to do much. If we have spare coins, we put it in. But our main focus is to increase our emergency fund for this stage.
So until that happens, I'm only allowed like very small amount. I'm still contribute to our investment account, but not as much as what it used to be.
Yeah, big difference.
So our growth at the moment is a little bit slower, with a projection maybe in about February next year. June, I'll say June next year. That's when we'll be able to go back in investing again, in like a big amount again. But yeah, at this stage, that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
Anyway, that's just our 2 cents, guys. Hopefully this content helped you in any way possible. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe, comment.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.